Hi friends, this is Ishfaq Khan, and in today's session I'm going to discuss with you journal entries for construction contracts. So we are going to discuss with journal entries for the advance payment, and if you are making invoice for advance payment or not making invoice, you are just directly receiving the amount. Then we are going to discuss the journal entries for progressive invoice. Once you will make the progressive invoice, what will be the journal entries? Then after that we are going to discuss the journal entries for retention with invoice or without invoice. If you have received the invoice if you have received the retention amount without being any invoice, so what will be the journal entries? And if you have to receive the invoice after making the invoice for retention, then what will be the journal entries? So all these entries we are going to discuss in this session with the help of an example. So let's start. Suppose we have a project that has value of 150,000, VAT amount is 5%, that will be 7,500. So the gross amount of the project would be 157,500. Okay, the project is in such a way that 30% is in advance, 10% will be the retention amount, and 5% is VAT, as we all know. Okay, the advance and retention is such a way that 30% of the amount of advance that you will receive will be adjusted with each progressive invoice, and retention will be deducted from each progressive invoice, and you will receive after the end of the project. It might be after 6 months, 3 months, or 12 months, whatever your project is, and VAT is 5%. So these are the conditions of the construction project. So we will try to make ourselves understand how we will make the journal entries, so our concepts are clear. Now, what will be the journal entries at the time of invoice for advance payment? As per UAE law, you have to charge VAT earlier of when you will actually receive the amount of advance, or once you will make the invoice for advance payment. So suppose you are making invoice, so what will be the journal entries? So what you will do, you will just debit an intermediary account as known as billing for advance payment. That is your asset account. You will debit it, and what you will do, you will credit the liability account, credit advance against project. So how much advance against project that you are supposed to receive is 30% of this amount, 150,000. So 30% of this 150,000 is 45,000. Okay, so this 45,000 is not your income, because you are receiving it in an advance without performing any work. So this is your liability, this is your advance income, this is your unearned income. So this will be credit. Okay, 45,000 credit. You have created an intermediary account, billing for advance payment, asset debit. And what will be the credit? Because you are also charging what? VAT. So 5% of this amount is 2,250. So 47,250, you will book an asset with 47,250 as billing for advance, and you will credit liability account, you will credit VAT output account. Okay. All right. Now, once you will receive payment against this advance invoice, so what you will do, you will debit your bank, that is your asset, and credit billing for advance account 47,250. So what happened is, this account, this is cancelled with this. So ultimately you are receiving amount against this project. Okay. This is so now in you have asset debit and liability credits. Okay, now what will happen with this 45,000 and this will goes to 2,250 will go to your VAT, and this 45,000 will be adjusted from your progressive invoices on the same percentage as 30%. Okay, we will see later on. So this was the scenario once you will invoice for advance payment and then you will receive the amount against that advance payment. So that is the scenario. So what if you have you will receive advance without making any invoice, because this is your understanding that once you will sign the contract you will receive the advance. So what will you do? You will just debit bank. Then there will be no this intermediary account, this billing for advance, okay, because this has already cancelled with this, if you see over here. Okay, now what you will do, debit your bank account 47,250 including the amount of VAT, and credit your advance for the project, advance against project, you can name it, okay, or you can name it unearned income, or you can name it advance income, and you will write the project name and VAT amount, okay. So that's how it will be treated. This is your liability, this is your liability, this is your asset. All right. So this was the treatment of advance. Now you have started the project and you have performed the work. Suppose you have performed the work of 50,000, right? Now what you will do at the time of making progressive invoice, what will be the journal entries? Okay. You have performed the work of how much? 50,000. So you should recognize the revenue for this amount, 50,000. So your revenue will be credited with this 50,000, okay, and then you will also charge VAT on this amount, VAT, okay. Now this VAT, how VAT will be treated, this is something else. So one thing that you should know, that you will credit your revenue this 50,000 with 50,000. Now one thing, secondly, if you have, you already know that there was adjustment of advance, you have already received the advance of 45,000. Now you have to adjust that advance with each progressive invoice. So how much is the progressive invoice? 50,000. What will be the 30% of this 50,000? 15,000. So you will debit that because it has a liability. Now you have, your liability is being reduced with this percentage. Number one scenario. Second scenario might be that they says, okay, we are giving you 30% advance and you can deduct it from your first invoice, and in that case you will just debit the all amount. But in our scenario you are not adjusting all the amounts, you are adjusting only the percentage, that is 30%. So two things you already know, what I have credited revenue with 50,000 because we have performed the work of 50,000. The next thing that you understood is we are debiting advance against project because this has the liability balance and we are reducing the liability. Once the liability is decreased, it is being debited. These two things you understood. Third thing is retention receivable. Okay, now we are just distributing our account receivable into two parts, that is, one is receivable against the progressive payment and other is receivable against retention, that is 10%. So what will be the 10% of this 50,000? What will be the 10% of this 50,000? 5,000. So you are separately allocating this retention receivable and you will receive after the end of this project. So you are also debiting this because this is your account receivable but separated. Okay, and I have a separate video on retention, you can see that as well to make your concept more clear. Okay, so you have understood this, you have understood this, you have understood this. Now there is another thing. Now this progressive payments, receivable against this progressive payment, what will be the remaining amount? 50,000 minus 15 minus 5, so 30,000. Okay, 30,000 is your progressive payment that you are supposed to receive, but you have to charge the VAT on that 30,000 as well. So once you will charge the 5% VAT on that 30,000 amount, that will be 31,500. So this 30,000 is just divided into two things, 30 plus 1.5 of VAT. So this is, that's how it we have reached to this point. Okay, 31,500. Okay, there is one question. What would be account receivable if there was no retention and advance adjustment? Please answer me. Then what would be debit? Debit would be 50,000. Hold on. And account receivable would be 50,000. Then you have to charge VAT as well. So let me do it in this way. You will multiply 50,000 with 5%. 5% of 50,000 is 2,500. So what you will do, you will, if in case there was no retention and advance, what you will do, you will debit account receivable forget about the amounts. What you would do, you will debit account receivable and credit revenue and credit VAT. Okay, now in our case we have retention and advance adjustment as well. So what we are doing, we are distributing this account receivable into two parts: retention receivable and other progressive payment receivable, and we are also removing this 15,000 and we are not charging VAT on this. So VAT will be charged on the amount work done, that is 50,000, minus retention amount minus advance, because on advance we have already charged the VAT, right? If you see over here, this is the VAT that we have already charged. Either we received or we invoiced them. So that's why we are reducing it. And similarly, we have reduced the amount of retention for the calculation of the VAT, because we will charge VAT once we will invoice for the VAT. So net receivable against the progressive invoice is 31,500, that is 50,000 minus 15,000 minus 5,000 plus 5% VAT on the net amount. So it is concluded to be 31,500. I hope you understand this concept. Okay. All right. What I said to you right now, I have said to you that we have already charged VAT on this 15,000 and I already shown you the journal entries as well. But what about this retention 5,000? So what we will do? Suppose you have finished the project and now it's time for invoicing for VAT. Okay, now again in this again for the invoice for retention, there are also two scenarios. Automatically once the project is finished, they can pay you the amount for retention. What you will do in that case, you will just debit the bank account and credit what? Your retention receivable, the asset. You have already debit balance asset, retention receivable your asset. So once asset will be removed, it will be credit and your VAT will be credited. This will be the scenario once if you will receive the amount without any bill or without any invoice. But if you have to make the invoice, then I will suggest you to create an intermediary account as billing for retention or invoice for retention or that account. Okay, so what you will do, you will credit. Let's understand from the credit side. You will credit 5,000. What is your 5,000? This is your retention receivable. You have to remove at that. This is the time for invoicing them. So it is credited. And what else will be credited? You have to charge VAT on that as well, because as per law you have to charge the VAT earlier of at the time of invoice or when you actually receive. So at the time of invoice you will also charge. So you are charging it. Charging means you are claiming them to pay you 5,000 for your retention and you are asking them to pay us VAT as well. And if they ask you why we will pay VAT on retention, you will tell them we have not charged you VAT over here, we are charging on the net amount. Okay, and as per law as well, and you will book billing for retention debit as well. Okay, now when you will receive the amount for retention against the billed amount against the invoice that you have already done, what you will do, you will debit your bank account with 5,250 and credit your billing for retention account, this 5,250 with the 5,250 amount. Okay, so this billing account, as I told you, this is a kind of intermediary account. This will be removed, this will be cancelled with this one. All right, so these were the journal entries for the construction contracts. I hope you liked it, and I hope this has helped you in understanding the core concepts of construction contracts. Please click the subscribe button for me and share it with your friends. Thank you very much.